Everyone shut the f*** up.
Wheel of Time. Reread podcast. Explicit and R freaking rated. John is the wild card, always talking shit. Joe's the straight man. He's a total dick. Tom calls in if he's not too busy. We are tWoTcast!
We are tWoTcast exclusive episode content. Wheel of Time Origins, episode 2.
Yeah. We should have changed our shirts.
Just every episode. It's okay. With me as always is Jono, drinking a drink. And I'm Joe, and Tom is always here for Wheel of Time content.
Study your math.
I'm
going to say that four more times today.
You know, the joke about changing our shirts is good, but I was also going to mention that we're recording these all at once, which is now obvious, and also we're going to get drunker, so episode 6 should be fun. That's all I'm saying.
See if that happens.
We're doing the Wheel of Time Origins. Sorry, yeah. Tom, go ahead.
Well, we made it through the first one pretty quickly, but we're also pretty sober. By the time we get 3, 4, we're probably like, talk.
Yeah, well, we also started. I think we had some technical difficulties. We got the wrong Joe on for a minute.
Yeah. We had Joe from Talk Around Riyadh on by accident, and I wasn't here.
That's the great
It was very confusing for everyone. I was on their show for like a second. It was weird.
Yeah.
So, episode 2. Spoilers for the entire book, probably. And definitely the TV show. So, if you haven't watched season 1 of the television show or season 1 of Origins, spoilers. We're gonna.
You guys want to watch?
We're gonna watch it. Talk about it.
So the first one, we tried to do something of an intro to it's for the Patreon people and they know us pretty well, so we don't have to try that hard. But we also tried to cushion it for people that are just watching it for the first time on YouTube and might not know anything, and now we're just we don't care anymore.
Hey, listen, if you're watching this on YouTube and it's January of 2023, then you could have watched this a long time ago on Patreon. Join our Patreon. It's fun times. Every once in a while, it's fun times. We're trying to do more stuff on Patreon, and this is one of them.
Yeah. Oh, I guess, obvious thank you to the people who have been supporting us for the longest time. I forget how long.
For the longest time.
Oh, thank you guys. So seriously, we would thank you more.
So many people just unsubscribed.
Yeah, that's okay.
Canceling my Patreon.
Yeah. That guy sings for shit.
This is the worst. Hey, is he a fan of Billy Joel? I'm out of here.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you guys. And,
it's 5 different Billy Joel related reasons to cancel your Patreon after those impressions.
Hey, thank you for our Billy
Positive
Joel
and negative
Patreons that stuck around.
The last one patron when it's over, and it's going to be Billy Joel himself.
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, Christy Brinkley.
And Billy Zane.
Not that weird, Tom.
Yeah.
They're connected.
What is that?
Like money and corn chowder.
Oh. Good job.
All right, let's watch episode 2.
They were also connected, though.
They were also connected. Penis and vagina, Jono, if you didn't understand what that meant.
No, dickhead. Sex.
Ah, yeah, that's right. That's what I meant. All right, here's episode 2 of the Wheel of Time Origin Stories.
Watch us as we watch it.
Watch us as we watch it, and
I'm going to talk over it a little more every time.
Okay. The drunker you get.
Yeah. I hope you just put on the same one last week.
I'm muted. That's a bird.
1,000 years after the breaking. Still raged against the forces of the Dark One.
Interesting.
That's a horse.
With the towers
it's a horse, John. Or Tom.
King Aemon and his army defended their people. Battling through unrelenting days and nights, they held their city against Trollocs, dark friends and dreadlords, until they could no longer hold the river from crossing.
Ooh. That was genuinely terrifying.
Like a it's just like a flip book you make, a little stick man at the bottom of your foot.
Oh shit, he's dead.
No, he just lost his crown.
They just took his crown off.
And so her heart and kingdom found their end.
There's a lot of people destroying nations with the one power in these books.
That's true.
Wonder what this is going to be.
Not the two rivers.
And today,
The wagon bridge.
where Manetheren once stood,
Cleopatra's Rand?
the wheel continues to turn.
That's Gollum finding the ring in the water.
Yeah, it's Gollum.
Yeah.
My precious. Anyway.
So that mirror draw, he took that
That was
crown
pretty
off,
awesome.
and then I guess it just got
Yeah.
blown away when she exploded everything.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I didn't really nitpick it that deeply.
Well, at first I was going to be like, "What? He ripped it off and then
crown's
just
still
left it
but
there?"
all the
And then I was
Trollocs
like,
are
"Oh
dead?
no, he died for sure."
Yeah, they all died.
Yeah.
I like, again, the animation style is cool, right? I mean, it's a
Mhm.
fun, like, it's not too, like, I don't know, like, it's stylized enough, but not like too much. Like, I don't know the right
Yeah.
term for it. I am certainly not an art critic.
They're going in a realistic manner, but also it's very limited in terms of movement and in the terms of the animation in that way. So like they're not like, the people move very subtly and slowly. They're not like moving all over the place. Like even the
Yeah.
Trollocs running across the field. Tom was joking about the flip book aspect of it, which
The
is
people
kind of
don't
funny.
move, the hair does, that kind of thing, yeah. Like for his wife, the Queen of Manetheren. Honestly, I did say that, I did think that Manetheren looked imposing, but also kind of like shit. Like it does not look like a real fun, beautiful town. It looked pretty severe in buildings. That's way down there, so good luck finding that one later.
Oh, well, we'll just let it.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
What do you
I
think
feel
about
it'd be-
this actually?
Easier to fight without that crown on.
It's also easier, probably.
Why do I love that so much? Just running
cool.
down in like this giant thing.
There's no way it doesn't fall off or slip down over your eye. Like, take it off.
Maybe it's connected.
We
It's got,
get
like,
it. You're a king. All his men are like, we get it.
his beard, so it goes underneath.
I immediately thought like every movie in Vietnam where the officer wears like all of their bars and shit, and they just get assassinated like immediately.
Yeah,
The
that's why
first
they
sniper
started
just
doing
spots them.
subdued officer markings. What about the feathers? Is that like because it's Manetheren eagle?
I don't think so. It seems like wildly
Seems a
poor
little
choice.
odd.
It's cool looking, but it's not. Also,
Like an overly indulgent
This is-
cloak on top of the crown. Like,
this seems like a river you can just jog across. Like it doesn't.
not if
look,
you're a
Well,
Trolloc,
in
bro.
places.
It's too,
Yeah, not if you're a Trolloc.
yeah.
Didn't they run? Didn't Trollocs cross a river? Like not a river, but like something similar to this, where it's like, shallow water in the show. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I
don't know
feel
about
like
the show.
the answer is yes, but I don't remember. I was drunk a lot.
I remember the horses running away from
No,
the
you're
two
thinking of
rivers.
Lord of the Rings when
The
By
Mouth
the
of
way-
Sauron shows up.
this looks like when
That was pretty cool, though.
cool.
The mist revealing all the Trollocs was pretty cool. That was
it
awesome.
is cool.
Yeah. There's some
Does
good
this-
stuff in this one. But
Does
what-
this
Tom,
make you ever wish?
Go ahead.
Do you ever wish this show had had been animated and like it was going to be 100 seasons.
100%.
So the latter part, yes. I don't need my show to be animated because I feel like as long as you don't rely too heavily on CGI, I want to see real actors doing real stuff.
I would prefer to see live action. I agree, but I think an animated version, and we talked about this a million times.
You could put in everything.
You could have just put in literally everything. Like every chapter of the book could have been animated, and it could have just gone on forever. And it's just voice actors. It doesn't matter how old they get. It doesn't matter what they look like. It doesn't matter if they're wearing sweatpants while they're recording their lines. You know what I mean? Like you could just keep going, and it would have been even better in terms of, I don't know, just capturing every aspect of the books the way it should be, or not should be, but could be captured.
Should be. We'll use the word should be.
We'll use the word should be.
I'm okay with should be.
Yeah.
Flipbook style Trolloc attack.
Like, I'm positive I've seen the same scene.
This is I mean, I don't know.
His
so
vision
I did
is incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty
she
awesome.
Is far away.
Yeah.
That eye contact, that's love.
Yeah. What's love got to do with it?
Well, she's holding the one power, Tom, so she could probably see his eyes from that far away.
That's true, yeah. You seem to have
I don't know. It's like a mile. I do like how they made the one power look in the animated version of this, like when she starts going down the one power, similar to the show, which is, they didn't like overly like that reaching up of the weaves into the sky was pretty cool.
Yeah,
and again, similar to the show. So you're not like there's no disconnect. You're not seeing a different version of the one power in the origin stories than you are in the show. Like it's meshing, which is good.
Have you guys have read that, or we've seen that, right? That they're going to add colors to the weaves and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be like later. Yeah, or is it next season?
Is that going to look good or bad?
Probably a bit.
I think good. I think good.
Yeah.
I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be cool in the sense of like
weird rainbows instead of like
but I mean when they're using
instead
them
of it
all,
looking like
insane
lightning,
like in Little Nicky when he just keeps doing rainbows with people.
I don't remember Little Nicky well, so
it
I'm not going to be able to help you out there.
And Shando's very disappointed with me that I put it on.
I was very disappointed in Little Nicky after Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, and Big Daddy. I was like, man, he's on a roll. And then I'm like,
Little Nicky.
Yeah.
We should
now,
do
Mr. Deeds, however.
Yeah, return to form. Yeah.
Well, it turns out I prefer Adam Sandler just being in movies acting like Adam Sandler, unless he's doing like a dramatic role. Like I don't need him playing a character in a comedy. I'm not really very into it.
I'm glad we broke away into Adam Sandler tangents.
But Tom,
this reminds me of old tWoTcast.
Yeah,
when we're not in front of a guest or
a
live audience.
So bad.
Joe. Little Nicky talked out of
Oh God, I don't like it.
Have you ever seen the Hubie Halloween on Netflix? I watched it.
I watched it last year. Yeah, when it came
38 seconds, and I was like, I hate this so much. And I turned it off immediately.
We watched the whole thing.
I watched the whole thing. Yeah.
Gollum?
Yeah. I hate this.
I mean,
yeah, so do I. What happens after this? Does this kid take this crown? This is a whole story now.
This bridge doesn't.
Yeah, are you
sense.
now the king of Manetheren? Like, why did he find
What
this?
bridge is this?
You could have just showed the sleepy two rivers and.
Oh, that's White Bridge, Jono.
That's not what the two rivers are. God damn it!
It's Wagon Bridge.
Again, I love that hand painted
bridge. It's a big fucking bridge.
I love that hand painted logo at the end, though.
You know what I enjoy?
Right, episode 2
this
of
what I'm
Wheel
gonna
of Time
say.
Origins. What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
What are your final thoughts?
It's fine. No, I mean it's good. Honestly, that particular story I've read so many times, and like,
yeah,
I've grown to find it disinteresting.
That's
as the
fair.
years have gone by.
I feel
you know
like
what I mean?
This
Like,
one, sort of, Tom, you had sort of mentioned like this is sort of extra content, whereas the first episode is like the prologue of the book. So you're like, why didn't I see this in the show? But this one, I'm like, I'm glad they made that an animated thing. It's cool. And I'm glad it exists in this space. I did not need it in the show. So I'm kind of, it's kind of like it's the perfect example of what this should be, I think.
It means a lot more in the first book, maybe the first two, when they're like, "Oh, the blood of Manetheren's strong in you," and they make that seem like it's a very important factor, and like that kind of the importance of that kind of goes away.
Kind of wanes,
and like I think that was going to be a bigger deal in his head when he first wrote the first couple of books than it ended up being. Maybe.
I think it was just. I don't know if it was going to be a bigger deal. I think it was just maybe more connected with like.
There's no real
that they are connected to a stronger like bloodline of like.
Yeah, there's
heroes?
no real explanation for Matt speaking the old tongue for no goddamn reason whatsoever in the first book.
There is. It's called All the Rivers Came Back Together on Him, which means that he's incest as fuck.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean, though. Like,
yeah,
I think there was a kernel of ideas there somewhere that just never really got explored and turned into him having his old memories from the door frames instead of.
For sure. For sure.
So,
and having just
the show didn't follow that, and they shouldn't have because that idea went away. So, like, telling the story is interesting, but at the same time, like, not necessarily.
It's interesting in the sort of it's the legend of Manetheren. But Jono, what do you think?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
I forget how much of this happened in the actual show, right? That like Moraine, because to me, it's one of the most visceral things from book one, like at the end of Emmons Field. Like when they're like, showing it, she's fucking doing the staff and all that, and like all the people rioting at the door kind of, walk away. So I think it's like always been a badass scene that's got a lot in my memories. Yeah. But I can't remember like for the book, but I can't remember what the show has. Because like I feel like the show probably I don't fucking remember. I was drunk both times we watched that. That's what a good podcast is. I feel like most of this had to have been pretty much kind of at least talked about to a certain extent, right? Yeah. So I'm glad they've got it. I think it's bonus content. It's certainly not on the fucking level.
It's certainly bonus content, but I mean that all of these are going to be. But the first it's whether or not it's bonus content that's worth showing. I think.
Yeah, the first one being bonus content one is almost offensive because
I mean all bonus content's worth showing.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean the question is, should the bonus content have been main content? Otherwise, it's all extras for people that enjoy, the main content.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Joe, your thoughts?
Let's see if that thought process carries through to episode 3.
Yeah, we'll see you next week when we do episode 3.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Among the first to start, the tWoTcast was so smart to lovingly bash our favorite books. But that was long ago, and now they've grown the show, and now they got us in their hooks. Don't throw coins to these bastards, they need bars of gold at least. Someone please keep them afloat. Now let's listen as they once again ramble through a book. Let's get the fucking quote. One of them is Tom, but he is barely on. Sometimes he calls into the show. Another one is Jono. Is he their joker? Oh no. And Joe, is he the stupid one? Welcome to the tWoTcast. We will share our love for books and all our hate in every episode. We'll entertain you, make you laugh so hard you barely can stand up. That is the tWoTcast code.